Hey you guys, HappyCattyCrypto here and welcome back to the channel. So don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, hit the notifications bell to stay informed. So did anybody catch the Roaring Kitty live stream? Really interesting to see the news outlets showing his live stream starting, and it's just like, this is the future of finance, bro. A guy sat there with an arm sling, some glasses on, with not a care in the world as he loses around $250 million as the price of GME went down. But what I want to do today is talk more about the tax to gas situation, because after having that space and speaking to more people and getting some DMs and sort of going through things, I've noticed there's a few different things that people are speaking about, and it's all really relevant to what's going on. But more importantly, I think everybody needs to understand just how bullish this is for our blockchain and just how many doors this is going to open. So for me, someone who has a project, is working on integrating this project and has an NFT project built out on this blockchain, we're reliant on transactions. Now, everything that we do in the game world has to be adapted into the crypto space. And from adaption to crypto equates out into transactions. Every single thing is going to be a transaction. Now, it's very cumbersome on the Terra Classic chain when you're handling a project with multiple different transactions across board. We already suffer with this with the Autocompound module, with the NFT projects reward system, and like I said, everything just being very heavyweight to say the least. And what we've always needed to do is compete with the overall Cosmos ecosystem, so to speak. Now, when it comes down to competing, we need to be as friendly as possible and providing a nice environment that a project would want to come and build on, and it makes sense to come and build, not because it's cool, not because it's hip or it's in or it's trending, because from a business perspective, it makes sense. It's cheap, it's doable, and it's feasible moving forward. And more importantly, it's got a huge community behind it. There's a lot going on inside Lunar Classic, and for me, these are one of those changes that we've needed for some time. And I spoke about tax to gas a long time ago, a long time ago, and hashing it all out with Strafe Cole previously. So for me, this is definitely one of the most bullish things that could happen. So something that has really been sitting on my mind recently is the situation currently with the burn tax itself, right? If we are to say to ourselves, what are the current issues with the burn tax overall? So the contract developers, right, they need to calculate the tax manually and adjust the amount for it for each and every single thing that they do. Clients and dApps have to also calculate that tax for themselves, because the simulation endpoint only provides gas estimates. And then we've got to think about anything that's being migrated, anything that is being audited and re-audited all of the time. It just leads to huge amounts of issues, and it just all becomes very cumbersome and pointless. So once again, we don't have that environment that is friendly and says to a project, hey, come over here and build. And from a business perspective, it's going to make sense to them. So moving forward, they are going to need 5 weeks, they're saying, to do research, development, basic testing, and deployment. And the total budget is going to be around $25,000. So historically, if we're going off of their timelines before, they're pretty good at keeping within them. Sometimes they run over a little bit. To me, that's not an issue, because I would always rather see the job done properly. Fortunate for us is they give us a price, they do the work, and then we pay them after the work's all done and dusted, so to speak. So for me, if I was to look at what's to come and what doors this could possibly open in the future, right, you could look to probably around, I think, 4 months ago, when people were talking about implementing EVM technology. I think this is possibly the right time to do it. After Genuine Labs has tackled the tax to gas, they take over the core repository. I would say to myself, it's time to start opening up all of the doors. You've handled the gas, you've ironed the kinks out with that. you've got a good system, is at that point, I would say it's all hands on deck, and it's just get as many projects to launch here as possible, get as many coins to launch here as possible, get as many of everything as possible moving forward. Now, once again, opening up more doors. EVM technology is very important. This opens up the world to the Ethereum side of things. If you can act like a bridge between the Cosmos and Ethereum, you're going to shut down a huge gap. Instead of going out and trying to generate utility, just make yourself the utility. This is very important moving forward when you're trying to understand things from a business perspective. How can we be something that is useful and people will just use and utilize because it's there, it's efficient, it's effective, and it does what it says on the tin. Now, once again, we can branch out even further with this, and we could say to ourselves, now, what about Solana? Because Cosmos has now been integrated into the Solana ecosystem in the same way EVMs have been integrated into each other. It's gone full circle at this point. So like I said, start opening up all of the different bridges and as many as possible. Now, moving further and getting a little bit ahead of myself here, because this is more not really to do with tax to gas, but we've got one issue left on chain, I would say, and it's something that has needed tackling for some time, and I would say that is a mobile app. Now, considering Genuine Labs are very professional, they seem to be handling things very well, although their communication's not great. They're handling things in a very, very, very professional manner, and they're not getting caught up in all of the different dramas and all of these different things. Now, everybody wants the mobile app fixed. We've got all of these different issues. We as a blockchain don't have access control over that mobile app. TFL does, and they're not going to hand control of it to us. When it comes down to creating a mobile app, we need a central authority behind it. That means somebody's got to put their name on the ticket. Just like if you were going to go buy a car in real life, you've got to put your name on the logbook, the pink slip, whatever it's called in your country. They could be the key to getting that mobile app. Even after that, and say, for example, Genuine Labs move on in a year's time, we could always hand it over to a stewardship. Like, it leaves so many avenues and it opens up so many different doors when we start to walk down these different routes. So for all of the different people who are kind of sitting there and things like twiddling their thumbs thinking, well, when's it all going to happen? When's it going to pop off? It's at this point, we've got good developers, everything's moving forward, they're listening to the community. We've got loads of different people who've got wallet systems, websites, metric systems. We've got even Allnodes who's got governance, wallet support. They've got everything. We've got it on LUNC Dash. Strafe's got it on his system. Hexagon's got it. So many people have got all of these different systems, right? So certain people tag me and they're like, when's things going to happen, HCC? And I would say to these people, well, I'm developing an NFT project. We've got all of these different systems. We've got the Autocompound. We've got all of these different things we're working on. And from my perspective, we're doing as much as we can, even to the point of where I'm pushing a pretty decent metaverse game from my NFT project, which I'm so excited about moving forward. And then once again, seeing Knights of Teatria pushing forward, Miata pushing forward, Metagloria pushing forward, Exodus pushing forward. And there's all of these really, really good things going on, and nobody really is talking about it. But what I think we lack is more spaces. I'm holding a space every single week now moving forward, just for anyone in the Lunar Classic community and even outside of the Lunar Classic community to just come up and talk about their project, talk about what's going on, ask questions, and start to intercommunicate with people. Because realistically in crypto, your net worth is your net work. And I think this is a really important fact to go by moving forward. And we should do our best to try and shine a light on each other's projects, show how good everybody's doing. Because I remember at the beginning of everything, I would have podcasts with everybody. I would cover every single person's project, whether it was big, whether it was small. We would have you on the channel and we would do all of these different things. And I just think once everybody starts to make the effort collectively, things will start to roll a lot better. For me, very excited to see this. More excited to see this roll out for them to get the proposal up. Big shout out to Frag. He's pushing forward. He's got his proposal up at the moment, although it's not showing properly just because of different things. There is an issue with gas. We spoke about it in the Twitter space. We did links to that on my Twitter. I'm also going to upload it to YouTube as well. So keep an eye out for that one if you did miss it. Lots of good information in there. But other than that, just have a really nice weekend. I wanted to get you all up to date with my current thinking, my current heading, and where I think this is all possibly going. Of course, it could take a big U-turn and it could do something totally different, but this is just what I'm thinking at the moment from my perspective. So like I was saying at the beginning, if you're new here, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, hit the notifications bell. We cover all sorts of different things here, whether it's getting Ponky at $2 million market cap, riding it all the way up to this point, the same with Peng, the same with Bendog, and so many of these different coins. We're here, we're covering it, and we're throwing it out there every day. Shout out to the XRP community. And other than that, beware of scammers, doppelgangers, anybody pretending to be me, and I'll catch you in the next one.